Hello and welcome to episode 5 of She-Hulk review. Is it Ribbit and Ribbit? Not a bad episode. It was alright. I preferred last week's, to be honest. But it's how do you say? Poor old She-Hulk. She's getting done by Titania. I don't know if I like what they've done to Titania. I'm sort of interested. Because I've read her in comics, she's quite aggressive, but maybe obviously turning her into an influencer could be sort of interesting, But if you look at the comic, her origins don't seem to match up to this character. Would be interesting if Marvel in the comics did they changed Titania into a superhero. I think there's potential there. But being an influencer, it's definitely attacking influencer culture. Poor She-Hulk, she gets her name trademarked, and we get to meet more excessive characters like this costume changer guy, and Alonzo, I think he's called, and he's like the stereotype of a fashion designer that makes clothes for superheroes and supervillains. And we do see Daredevil's helmet. And this guy's a genius, like a fixer, I suppose. He makes different types of superhero costumes with weapons and all that. But she goes there. We've not seen what is made for her. No doubt that's going to be revealed. So I think they're saving the whole. I was hoping, it's going to kick off. They're going to have a battle out there. Titania versus She-Hulk. There's going to be a big battle there. Because Titania no doubt will have her hands into something dodgy. But I did feel for her. It was quite embarrassing when she went to court to represent herself. The only way she could win the trial was by the website profile, and with these men that she'd been on dates with She-Hulk, and you sort of felt a bit sorry because the guy she did end up shagging last week, he didn't like her as her alter ego, Jen, and I sort of felt a bit sorry for her, really. Do you know what I mean? And lawyer, the other lawyer woman, she said, so you deserve better than them, and I have to agree with that. But it's the CGI for some reason. It's how she moves. I don't know. Something's just a bit out of sync with CGI. Now, I'm enjoying the storyline. I like the writing for this. Now, a lot of people are not going to agree with me. But like I said, I don't watch this stuff to look at the politics of it. I look at it to enjoy it for what it is. But I will say, I don't know. It's sometimes some of the CGI scenes with her look a bit cartoonish. Not all the time, just in certain scenes, and I find it. To be honest, it is. How do you say? The writings. Like I said, I'm not looking at this because some people. I've watched reviews, and some people have given this show a bad time, but I try not to go down that path. My attitude is, if you haven't seen it, you can't complain about it. And my other view is that I'm not knocking people that don't like this, but a lot of people I've also seen a lot of people that do like this, and I'm actually enjoying this show for what it is. I don't know, maybe it's because I've always had a love for She-Hulk. I like the fourth wall interaction. Now I will say last week's episode was very good. Especially with Wongers, and that Dixie woman that was pissed all the time. I found that quite interesting. It'd be fun to see him develop a relationship with her. There is potential with this, but like I said, the CGI, there's just sometimes it just looks out of sync. I remember I watched an episode of Enterprise, and they had 3 Orion women on board the ship, and they were all painted green, and it worked. You were convinced. Now, obviously, I don't know if the actress she's wearing one of them CGI suits. I forgot her name now. she's wearing one of them suits and she's walking about. I don't really know. But again, I have to say it's the CGI. It's just a bit weird. But I'm looking forward to finding out more about Titania's character. So I assume next week we're going to get Daredevil. Now they are building with this series. They're creating this like universe of where she works. Now if you read the comics, she works for a law company, and the Mad Thinker's android works there. I think he does the mail, and it's quite a weird place to work, and it will be interesting if they bring these, like, how do you say, super beings in who are trying to hold down a job, and they all work at the lawyer company, and the superheroes as well, or ex-villains. Now, I've heard rumours. Now, obviously there is some form of villain in the background here, because when they're so-called, I was a bit annoyed with the Wrecking Crew. I hope they get their full potential. I'd like to see the Wrecking Crew, you know, the full sort of potential of what they are. I know they're minor villains, but you know, they've been around for a long time, and they, you know, they hold up quite well. So like, it'd be good to see like She-Hulk take out the Wrecker. I don't know if we're going to see the Abomination again. It'd be interesting. He sort of found his path of peacefulness and happiness and contentment with his 12 wives or whatever. But it's, I think, well, I've heard that Bruce Banner's not going to, well, the Hulk is not going to be back, but I think he's going to show up in the final episode. We're going to get something big with this towards the final episode. Now, I thought for 30 minutes last week, they did a lot. So, that's my review. Not too impressed with this week's episode, but we'll say it wasn't bad. Let's hope they get back on track next week. So I will see you on the next video. Have a great weekend. Please subscribe, and please let me know your thoughts on She-Hulk, and I'll see you on the next video.